to this week's episode of Under the Rock. I'm Emily Pensick.
And I'm slowly dying inside, and we'll be giving you the latest and greatest news in Glen Rock.
Before we get into it, have you gotten any holiday shopping done yet?
Well, I didn't get the chance to because the lines at Target was so insane. They had to put barricades outside.
Now that's why I don't shop in stores anymore. There are way too many people, so I just buy everything online.
See, what I found works best is to tackle the people in line. Yeah, it's a one good shoulder and you take their place.
Oh, well, speaking of tackling, Glen Rock's hockey team just began their season, and it seems as though they're off to a great start. Here's Colin Consoli and Matt Capito with the details.
Welcome to Under the Rock Sports Desk. I'm Matt Capito.
And I'm Colin Consoli. Winter sports are officially underway, and teams are all preparing and or have started their hopefully successful seasons.
The reigning Public B state champion hockey team has begun their season 2-0, defeating both West Milford and Ridgewood. After 2 games, John Lamacchia leads the team with 3 goals, and Matt Maselli has 2 goals.
The boys basketball team has resumed their preseason already, scrimmaging Paramus and Leonia. Good luck to the boys basketball team going forward. They lost the scrimmage against Paramus by an unofficial score of 49-38. Also, winter track has begun. They are led by senior Kyle Patel. Here's a piece done by John Wang on Kyle Patel and his future hopes on his throwing career.
My name is Kyle Patel, and I am a track and field athlete. I specialize in the throws. Believe it or not, I know I look like a hurdler, but the throws are my primary event. I started doing track and field freshman year because it was a requirement as a football player, and then sophomore year, that's when I really started caring about it and putting effort into it. For me, I haven't really been strong in the classroom. I'm not part of all these organizations. I'm not the leader of the student body. So athletics was like that one extracurricular activity that I could use to better myself and kind of reach out to some institutions. For track, it's a sport about numbers. So you basically send them your numbers. If they like them, they'll say something back to you. If they don't, you can't really complain about it. You're just not good enough for them. I came into this sport being a 300-pound unathletic kid. I had to lose 100 pounds over 2 years. It's definitely not talent. You earn it by repetition.
Wow, that was quite the piece. Good luck to Kyle and all other collegiate athletes going forward. Baseball and lacrosse lifts have started. It's a great opportunity to get yoked. Head baseball coach Mr. Crispino said, "We hope our players play winter sports so it helps maintain the baseball playing skills. So come March, we can continue to progress quicker." The bowling team is trying to bowl their way to success. Senior Cole Deutschman said, "It's a good season. We will try to get those pins down. There's a lot of talent on this year's squad, and it should be a good season."
Girls basketball team is looking to repeat as league champions this year and have begun their practices and scrimmages. They have scrimmaged Dwight Morrow and Holy Angels.
Wrestling practice has started, and their first dual meet is December 20th. Against Mawa. Make sure that you are there. Coach Fitz said it's about his seniors. Kyle Fisher, who wrestles at 150 pounds and was a captain as a junior last year. Matt Sapoff, who has been a 4-year starter for me and wrestles at 145. We're lucky to have 10 seniors who have stuck it out in the program. They can all make an impact. Just because you're not a captain, you can still step up and lead.
This has been the Rock Sports Desk with Colin Consoli
and Matt Capito.
Wow, it seems as though Glen Rock is off to a great start this season.
Doesn't it? I hope they make it to states again this year. Last year's game was so much fun.
You know what else is fun?
What?
Chicken jokes. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Because the teachers are going to eat them?
Well, yeah, actually. Apparently the history department isn't very fond of our feathered friends in the science courtyard. Here's Lizzie Burgoyne with more on the feud.
Last year, the environmental classes made the decisions to raise these chickens from eggs. Although it offered a great educational opportunity, not everyone's really excited about having them here. So this week, I met with Miss Bick, an environmental teacher who loves the chickens, and Miss Walter, a history teacher who gets a little annoyed by them, to get a better understanding of our school's beloved pets. Hi.
Well, they're supposed to live in the chicken coop. The problem is there's supposed to be 4 to keep them warm, and we only have 3. So we were thinking of introducing another chicken, but some of the other teachers are not happy about the chickens. There's a big chicken controversy going on. So then they were thinking about insulating the chicken coop, but if you insulate the chicken coop, it retains moisture, which could end up making them freeze to death. So luckily it's been warm as we debate this issue with the chickens.
When it rains, they make a little bit of noise. You know, when kids are out there, the chickens make a little bit of noise. And what happens is we usually start threatening to cook them and that we're going to take them next door to really give a home ec lesson to those 6th graders by butchering the chickens and then frying them up, traumatizing the children. We saw them coming all last year, and so like Miss McDermott won the amazing grant that she did, and they started planning for them, cleaning up the courtyard. There's a lot of work involved in cleaning up the courtyard. It looks beautiful now compared to what it does, and it's nice, useful space. They came last spring, I believe. They came right before the end of school last year, and they were kind of cute when they first came, and then they just got bigger and bigger, and we got hungrier and hungrier.
AP environmental classes do the most, but all the environmental classes contributed to fixing the courtyard up. Like there's a lot of rock hauling and a lot of taking care of the chickens and planting and shoveling and stuff like that. So actually every environmental class had a hand in it, but it's mainly the AP classes.
The courtyard makes sense because it's right next to the science department, so they can keep an eye on it. I know Miss McDermott works so hard. She comes in over the weekend to feed the chickens and make sure that everything is fine and give them water. So we're lucky that she can do that and that the chickens can be taken care of. So that's why they were put there. Why they were put in front of our window, I think it's probably because somebody in the science department thought it would be funny. So I think that's why we were put there.
Although there are many different opinions of the chickens, I think that we can all agree that the chickens are another way that GRHS is a fun and unique environment.
Well, without the egg, you can't have the chicken, and without the chicken, you can't have the egg. So, I don't know. You know, that's a toughie. Maybe they evolved from something and then laid eggs. So, you know what I mean? So, which came first, the chicken or the egg? And why did they cross the road? Why did the chicken get across the road? It's a big one to get to the other side.
I feel so bad for those chickens, especially the 2 that are getting bullied.
I heard about that. Apparently they had to move the chickens out of the coop to stop the harassment.
Seems like a case for Mr. Crispino.
On another note, Glenrock High School's Latin Club held their annual invocation of Ceres, the goddess of grain. Here's Shaina Ahmed at the news desk with the history and other news.
This is Under the Rock News Desk. I'm your host, Shaina Ahmed, bringing you the latest news around the school. The Latin Club had the invocation of Ceres, a mock sacrifice to the goddess of the grains, on November 21st. Students came and attended a mock prayer and ate food. Junior Zoe Shea said, "I think it went very well. People were very enthusiastic about it and worked very hard to make it happen." Coffee House was on the 7th, and it was a night of students showcasing their talents. Mobius organizes the coffee houses to raise money for the literary magazine. Speaking of people showcasing their talents, the winter concert is on the 13th. I'm super excited to see the choirs and band perform. In other news, the results of Mr. Escalante's No Shave November are in. The goal of No Shave November is to raise awareness for cancer by learning to appreciate hair, which many cancer patients lose. Let's take a look. GRHS is raising a lot of money this month. Girl Up is hosting a gift drive for Oasis Women and Children's Center. Donate old toys, pajamas, clothes, or any other gift you would want to get. Put all donations in the donation box in the Hamilton lobby. The class of 2018 is sponsoring a Toys for Tots collection drive. Donate new unwrapped toys in the toy box in the Hamilton lobby until the 15th. The Glenrock Hockey Brings Warmth sock drive is collecting socks. Bring new socks to donate to the homeless. Black athletic socks are preferred. Glen Rock students are making the switch from School Fusion to Schoology. Teachers celebrated on Friday by wearing Schoology blue. And lastly, there was also a switch made with the graduation robes, and now all students will be wearing red robes at graduation. That's the latest and greatest news circling GRHS. Be sure to join us next time on Under the Rock News Desk.
Looks like that's all we have for this week's episode of Under the Rock.
Please join us next week for our amazing holiday show.